Hi, I'm Lara from California and I'm 24 years old. Please like and subscribe. One day, a new girl transferred to our school and she ended up in my class. I went up to her and welcomed her. Hey, welcome. You're among your second family now. I'm Lara. What's your name? Hey, I'm Alice. She was a shy girl. Simplicity radiated from her appearance and the way she spoke. When I moved away from her, Olivia came running to tell me something. Laura! All right, what's up, Olivia? I want to give you some advice that you'll thank me for later. You know how much I love and respect you? What are you exactly talking about? I don't understand. What advice? Alice, the girl you were just talking to. Guess what? I know her very well. We used to study together in primary school. And what's the deal with her? She was well known in elementary school. She used to steal everything she laid her hands on. Olivia, enough with this talk. I'm warning you, my dear Laura. If something gets stolen from you, don't blame anyone but yourself. I've done what I had to. I grabbed her hand and said, "Stop it. I don't want any gossip among the girls. If I hear this kind of talk among them, blame yourself." I left, surprised. It's impossible for Alice to be a thief. She seems kind. But I have to keep an eye on her to make sure of her words. I continued to observe Alice for more than a week, but there was nothing suspicious. On the contrary, I liked her even more. She was calm and didn't talk much. Often, I found her writing or lost in her own thoughts. As for the girls, everyone avoided her. Just as I thought, Olivia spread that talk about her among all the girls. One day, we had a sports class. Alice was sick and apologized to the teacher. She sat alone. I quickly approached the teacher, also apologized, and as I was heading towards Alice, I saw her looking around and trying to open one of the bags. I approached her and said, "Are you trying to steal something?" "I'm not a thief. I haven't done anything." And I sat on the chair next to her. I said to her, "I know about your past, but what drives you to steal?" "Ha ha ha, you're funny. And how do you know about my past?" "Well, explain it to me if you don't mind. I want us to be friends. Listen to me carefully." "Yes, I was trying to find something to eat in the bags." "Don't interrupt me. I'll tell you my reasons, and you'll see that they're convincing." "I've been deprived of the warmth of family since birth. Never seen my dad smile in my entire life. His screams always fill the place. Even when we sleep, he often beats my mom. So we wake up to her pain and moans. Every time my mom complained to her mother about the mistreatment she suffers, she advised her to have more children and tie him to the kids. According to her belief, a man loves a wife who has many children. My mom had 5 children, but my dad's tyranny only increased day by day. My mom couldn't bear all this and lost her mind. Yes, she went insane. She no longer understands anything in this world. As for my dad, he liked the situation, so now he can get married without anyone blaming him. He married a second wife who was a good person, but she died on the day of their first child's birth. My dad brought the baby to us and left him with us, then went to marry a third wife. And the third one was the worst. Although he lived with her in another area, her evil reached us. My dad no longer came home and disappeared from our lives. He would come once in months, curse us, break whatever he found in front of him, and leave. And sometimes a day or two or even a week would pass without us finding any food. So my sister and I would take whatever we could find from our friends in terms of money and food. After they discovered that I was the thief, I couldn't escape people's judgment, and everyone started avoiding me. "Oh my God, I'm sorry." She continued talking, not caring about my apology. Yesterday, when I saw my family suffering from hunger, I left home and went to my dad. I got on the bus and told the driver that I don't have money to pay him, but I'm going to my dad, and when I come back, I'll pay him. He smiled and allowed me to ride. I arrived at my father's house. His wife came out and said, "What brought you here?" "I need my dad. Please call him." "Stay outside until he comes." "He's not here." I stayed outside in the rain for 3 hours, but she didn't show any pity. My dad came back and found me in front of the house. He asked me,
What brought you here?
"We've been eating only bread for the past 2 weeks, but I didn't come. But for the past 2 days, we don't have anything left to eat, not even flour. Please, Dad, give me some money to buy food for my mom and siblings, or even give us some leftovers from your food."
Okay, come inside. Why were you sitting here in the rain?
"Annie told me to wait for you outside." We knocked on the door, and his wife opened it, screaming and complaining. "Did you see your daughter? This little devil. She refused to come inside the house, scolded me, and said she wants to expose you in front of all the neighbors." My dad's anger intensified, and he didn't even bother to ask me. Instead, he slapped me hard, causing me to fall to the ground, and ordered me to go back home. Forgetting about the slap, I asked him about assistance for my family, but he replied with all his hatred and resentment.
And do I feed our demons like you? Oh Lord, take them away from me so I can be rid of them.
I left while crying. The slap didn't make me cry as much as the betrayal did. I reached the bus and looked at the driver sadly. He saw me completely drenched and my tears wouldn't stop. He felt sorry for me, told me to get on, and didn't ask for the fare. And here I am now, in front of you. I can't play because I'm hungry. Do you now understand why I've been searching in the bags? I couldn't comprehend what was happening. For the first time, I heard a story like this. I never imagined that there are people among us who haven't eaten in 2 weeks. Where are the people? Isn't there any humanity in the neighbors or anyone who knows you? She said, "No one will believe my story because I live between 2 of my uncles who are wealthy. Everyone thinks I'm like their daughter or that they take care of us in our father's absence, but they don't know the truth. Even they look down on us." I couldn't speak. I apologized to the teacher and went back home. I was deeply affected by Alice's story and told my mother everything. My mother called her friends and family, narrated the story to them, and they gathered lots of clothes, household items, and a sum of money that would suffice for months. My mother took them to her. And since that day, we became friends. And now, after 9 years, I still meet Alice, who's now a mother to a beautiful boy, and she's married to a wonderful husband. As for her father, he became a homeless man on the streets because his wife and children beat him and kicked him out of the house. Alice heard about her father's situation and was in pain for him. "Dad?"
Who, Alice?
"Come on, get up and come with me." The father started crying.
Please forgive me, Alice. Just leave me, because I don't deserve your mercy.
"Dad, don't say that. You're my father, and you'll always be my father. Everything has changed, that I don't want my children to say that I left their grandfather on the streets without a home. Come on, your grandchild and your children are waiting for you at home." So, my friends, before spreading any rumors among people, make sure to verify them. And know the truth behind the story. And every day, remember that as you judge, you will be judged.